That's why it really sucks in America. Everything is based off of profits. Profits are more important than giving homeless people homes.
Keep it 100, I be feeling like Campbell soup over white rice, baked chicken with the skin on, yeah, Lowry's with black pepper, I'm fully seasoned with laughter.
What's good, 100%ers? It's your boy Dre, and welcome to my channel, Keep It 100 Dre. So what I'm going to talk about today is a judge ordered that LA must provide shelter for those who are homeless living in Skid Row. So I'm going to read part of this article, which is from NBC News. Take a look. LA must offer shelter for homeless on Skid Row, judge orders. Judge David O. Carter slammed officials' inability to restrain the unprecedented growth of homelessness. A federal judge overseeing a sweeping lawsuit about homelessness in Los Angeles on Tuesday ordered the city and county to find shelter for all unhoused residents of Skid Row within 180 days and audit any spending related to the out-of-control crisis of people living in the streets. In a fiery 110-page order, Judge David O. Carter slammed officials' inability to restrain the unprecedented growth of homelessness that has seen encampments spread into nearly every neighborhood of the region. All of the rhetoric, promises, plans, and budgeting cannot obscure the shameful reality of this crisis, that year after year, there are more homeless Angelenos, hopefully I said that right, and year after year, more homeless Angelenos die on the street, Carter wrote in granting the preliminary injunction sought by the plaintiff last week. The judge filing was made a day after Los Angeles Mayor Eric Garcetti vowed to spend nearly $1 billion in the coming year to get people off of the streets. Carter on Tuesday ordered that $1 billion, as represented by Mayor Garcetti, will be placed in an escrow with a spending plan accounted for and reported to a court within 7 days. In addition, Carter mandated the city auditor examine all public money spent in recent years to combat homelessness, including funds from a 2016 bold measure approved by voters to create 10,000 housing units over a decade. That project has been slow to ramp up. As of January 2020, there were more than 66,400 people in Los Angeles County, with 41,000 within the city limits. While the homeless population was once largely confined to the notorious Skid Row neighborhood in downtown Brooklyn, rows of tents, cardboard shelters, battered RVs, and makeshift plywood structures are now familiar sights throughout the nation's second most populous city. So it's a shame that a judge have to order something be done about homelessness. We live in the richest country in the history of the world. Why are there homeless people? That makes no damn sense whatsoever. We have homeless people, yet the billionaires, I believe their wealth grew like 300% during the pandemic. I did a story on it a little while ago. Like, billionaire wealth exploded during the pandemic while you have homeless people. And more people are on pace to become homeless after this pandemic's over, depending on how Joe Biden responds to the pandemic and what he's going to do besides just the initial stimulus bill. And here's the thing. It's cheaper to give all the homeless people homes than to keep them homeless. There's been a study done about that a few years ago. I'm going to link in the description below. But also, it's something we know that can be done, and it has been done already. It's been done in Finland. I want you to take a look at this article here about what Finland has done with their homeless population and their homeless crisis. Finland ends homelessness and provides shelter for all in need. In Finland, the number of homeless people has fallen sharply. The reason? The country applies the housing first concept. Those affected by homelessness receive a small apartment and counseling without any precondition. 4 of 5 people affected thus make their way back into a stable life. And all of this is cheaper than accepting homelessness. So I want you to understand why it's cheaper to give the homeless people homes than to keep them homeless. The homeless people, they often end up in the hospital because they get sick being out on the street no matter the weather. Or they end up in prison. And you know, once they're in prison jail, it feeds the prison industrial complex. So there's no real incentive to actually give these people homes because it's not profitable. It's more profitable to throw them in jail. It's more profitable for them to get sick and end up in the hospital. So that's why it really sucks in America. Everything is based off of profits. Profits are more important than giving homeless people homes. It's completely backwards. It makes no damn sense. And it's really a damn shame that a judge has to order homelessness to be ended. At least he's tired of it. In California, LA is supposed to be some progressive state. But they have the largest homeless population. That shows me they don't give a damn. And here's what's also important with what Finland is doing. They said they're giving homeless people an opportunity to give them a home, a small apartment, and counseling, which is very important because they need help. But they're doing so with no precondition. And 80% of those people, they're able to reestablish a stable life. But we don't do that here. If we were to do some program like that here, it would probably have some precondition and say, oh, you can't be using drugs. But here's the thing. Most people who are homeless, who become homeless, they gain mental health issues once they become homeless. It's not the reverse of that. People don't have mental health issues then become homeless. That happens sometimes, but that's not the case majority of the time. More times than not, people become homeless and then gain mental health issues. So they use drugs to try to deal with it. So saying that you can't have any preconditions, that there's preconditions in order to get accepted into a program to get you back in stable life in America that some states have done, including my state, New York, progressive city. How the hell you expect people to actually recover, get back into a stable life? But it's not about that. It's about profits. It's about money. That's why you live in such a trash country. What we need to do is do what Finland did. Finland, they're giving people a small apartment, counseling them, and doing so with no preconditions. If you want a home, you can have a home, and we're going to help you get back to a stable living situation and be a contributing member to society. Because you can't tell me that homeless people just want to be homeless. I heard people make that argument all the time. Oh, they're homeless because they want to be. What the hell are you talking about? No, they don't. People want to have a home. And something, this is a little off topic, but not completely. But something that really pisses me off is when I see people just looking down on homeless people, acting like they're disgusting. They're just people who don't have a place to live, so they're living on the street. But you treat them like they're garbage. What the hell is wrong with you? I'm a person who typically don't carry money because once you lose money, you've lost money, and that's it. I carry credit and debit card because if you lose your credit or debit card, you can't order a new credit or debit card, and you don't have to worry about it. But I make sure I carry some money now because I want to give money to homeless people. And I understand not everyone is in a position where they can afford to give money to homeless people. And I'm not judging you if you can't. But don't look down on them like they're disgusting pieces of shit. That just makes you a disgusting piece of shit. I remember I had my philosophy professor. I forgot her name, but she was a very lovely woman. Hopefully she's still alive, and she is a lovely woman. I do not know. She is an older woman, so she may or may not be. So Hopefully she still is. But I remember she spoke about her position on homeless people. She said that she gives money to homeless people no matter what, even if they're going to use it for drugs. And the reason why she does so is because even if these people are going to use it for drugs, they're going to get their drugs no matter what. They're going to get it through either a person giving them the money where they can get it, or they're going to rob and hurt somebody, possibly herself, to try to get what they need, what they feel that they need in the moment. One, she doesn't know for sure if they're going to use it for that, but if they are, she'd rather those people do so in a safe way, in a way that's not going to be harmful to others, than for her not to have given the money to them and then they try to harm someone in order to get it. And I thought that was an amazing way of thinking, because I never thought of it that way before either. And I've kind of adopted that way of thinking. What they're going to use it for is their business. A lot of people use drugs. Who the hell cares? But they're still people. And who am I to judge what they use it on? I'm nobody, and you're nobody to judge them. So if you have $1 or $2, if you can't afford, give to them. Don't look down on them. And if you can't give to them, at the very least, don't look down on them and treat them like shit. Because it just really makes you that. So that's all I gotta say for this video. I really appreciate you watching the video. If you like the content, like and subscribe to the channel. Turn on the post notifications so you know when I post videos in the future, because YouTube will not show you the video if you do not do that. But I gotta leave you with one more thing before the video is over, and that's the word of the day. The word of the day for today is homeless. Homeless is spelled H-O-M-E-L-E-S-S. The definition of homeless is a person without a home and therefore typically living on the streets. So before I give a sentence, I want you to note the key part of that sentence. A person without a home. These people are still people. Do not forget that. So now I will attempt to use homeless in a sentence. It saddens me to see that people in America look down on homeless people like they have morally failed for being poor. Hopefully I use that sentence correctly. So if you like the content, like and subscribe to the channel. Turn on the post notifications so you know when I post videos in the future. And use homeless in the comment section below in the sentence so I know you watch the video to the end. So, you know, it's really ironic that I wore a shirt saying I don't give a rat's ass. Because in this situation, I really do give a rat's ass. I care a lot. So, that's all I gotta say for this video. 100%. Peace.
Well, I've been stacking up. Nah, really, that ain't accurate. Cause I just spent my whole damn advance in the past couple months just to compensate for times we ain't have enough. Ooh.